Lucy has been preparing a monologue for quite some time now. And, she's an actor. Did I tell you that? She's like kind of a...
The dog's an actor?
Yeah, she's an actress. I mean, she's been in shows before, and she's studied. She's studied. So what she'd like to do, instead of just doing the monologue, she'd actually like to tell you guys how she prepared. Like an actor prepares,
Did you say the dog's going to tell us how she prepares?
Uh-huh.
You want to do that on the air?
Yeah. Well, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
I don't know if we could probably just...
Okay, great. That sounds fantastic. Okay.
Relax, don't worry, it'll be there. You rehearsed it, okay? Don't worry about the accent. Wonderful, you see?
That was outside.
When it was local for a short time, it was called Bzz.
Okay.
Yeah, we could not afford the vowel.
Oh.
But then we went national. We were nationally syndicated, and we called it Buzz.
Okay.
And it was a dating game show on the WB, and we did 205 episodes.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, and I also co-produced it, and they sent me all around the country to PR it, and I went to France to sell it, and also was on the Tonight Show and Politically Incorrect. So it was quite a ride. It was 2 years of an awesome, awesome ride.
Now, since you co-produced it, did you have any, was any of the idea yours too?
Yeah, I helped develop it. Stu Billett, Ralph Edwards and Stu Billett. Ralph Edwards, who's a legend, and his time is Stu Billett, most famous for creating the People's Court. They created this show, but was having some trouble with it, and so I came in as a contestant coordinator, and he asked me my advice on it, and I just told him, which I'm not sure he was expecting exactly, but I really told him.
That's my wife.
And he admired it and kept asking my questions and soon hired me to be a producer with them, not to host it, but to be a producer. And I said, you know what, I'm an actress. I'm going to go do this movie. I went to do this B movie, the Cell Block Sisters. I said, I have to leave. He's like, okay, go do your movie, but then come back here. You're going to be a producer here. And I said, okay. And next thing you know, I'm arranging all the run-throughs in the office, and the comedian that was hosting it, there were several comedians that would come in and just host. One didn't show up one day, and so I went into Stu's office and I said, you know what, I figured out what this show needs. It needs me.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And he said, you know what, you'll get your chance. And I did get my chance, so I hosted a run-through. I knew all the contestants because I found them. I was the contestant coordinator.
Yeah.
So the connection was great. I wasn't a stand-up comic, so I didn't have jokes I wanted to tell. It was more about them.
Nice.
So, and that was the key, not to toot my own horn, but it wasn't about me and my jokes. It was about the contestants and getting stuff out of them.
Although you were funny on the show.
Well, thank you.
Right.
Now, Peter, you're a big voiceover guy.
Yes, he is.
I love working with my voice. I have my podcast, and yes I do.
It's called
I do
Madness.
Madness.
People want to check it out. They go to
Stories
your
about
website.
life and our everyday normal insanity.
Yes.
Yes.
Available on iTunes and on your website.
On my
Oh,
website, peterarpacella.com. Yeah.
And you do a bunch of Italian voiceover work and things on a lot of films, right?
Yeah, it started back in New York with actually it's funny because that wasn't Italian. I dubbed Life is Beautiful, Roberto Benigni's award-winning La Vita è Bella, and then from then on out, it was just word of mouth, and then it became a regular gig kind of thing. And I do every movie that has a scene or a set or is based in Italy, I luckily have been part of.
Wow, every movie?
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah,
Wow.
if there's a movie and there's an Italian scene and he's not in it, then we don't know. He upset someone because that can't happen. Yeah, if you want, he's the go-to. He's one of the go-to Italians in L.A.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome.
I watch your demo reels, and I don't compliment actors very often, but you are an amazing actress.
Oh, so sweet. Thank you.
And I have a very lame question. I'm a big fan of Ted Danson. I love Cheers, and I loved Love Him on Curb Your Enthusiasm. I just wondered what it was like working with him.
Well, I absolutely love Ted. He's
On
one
Becker.
on Becker. I reoccurred on Becker as Teresa Campbell. And he's one of the people on my list that I really wished to work with. Because I, too, love Cheers. I was a big Cheers fan. And Ted was so cool. I mean, he hung out. He would ask questions. He cared about people and the guest stars and all that. And so I felt really at ease with him, and I just loved him, and his wife, who was so awesome. She came up to me at a party, at an after party, and interrupted when I was talking to a group of people, and she said, "I just wanted to tell you that I really, really enjoy watching you. I love your work." And I swear to you, I almost fainted. I could not believe that she was telling me this. She's a big star. She's fantastic.
Sure, wow.
So I was very humbled by the both of them. So it was fantastic. I can't say enough good things about him.
Excellent to hear. Thanks for answering the question.
Sure.
Thank you for the call.
Thanks. Didn't get a name.
It didn't get it. Still never got a name from that, from that guy.
I'm so
Aw,
rude.
That's all right. And
Call back next week.
And you've worked on a bunch of other sitcoms. You did Joey, right?
I did Joey.
Yes.
Yeah,
How was
I did
that?
episode Joey. That was a lot of fun with Drea. My
Yes,
scenes were
right,
with
right.
Drea. How do you say her last name?
De
Mateo? Or
Mateo.
Mateo?
I think it's De Mateo or
De
Di
Mateo.
Mateo.
Is that it?
I'm no expert.
She was really cool, really fun.
If you know how to pronounce her name, anybody,
call in and tell us.
1-800-405-6425.
So that was fun.
Skylar's lookalike was on that show.
Oh, that's right. Paolo Costanzo, Joey's nephew, right? Was that one?
Yeah,
played
that's
his
so
nephew.
true.
Yes,
Yeah.
very much.
Wow. Oh, he's
Yeah.
getting all your jobs.
And he's
He
now
is.
on Royal Pains.
Royal
Oh,
Pains?
great.
Yes.
Which
I
is
like that
he is that to me, basically.
Hate it when that happens.
Paolo, if you're listening,
until
call
you'll play his brother.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, right now
Yeah.
I'm campaigning to play Leonardo DiCaprio's fat brother. You could play
Oh,
Paolo.
I see that.
Thank you.
Huh. Well, I know you coached Tom Cruise, right, Peter? On
Yeah,
MI3?
that
cool.
was a very lucky coincidence of occurrence of events. I was doing voice work on Mission Impossible 3, and then the work was going on, and it was like a whole week of work. And then I hear talks, and the voice coordinator comes out, and she says, "Have you ever coached Italian on a set?" And I said, "Yes." Which wasn't true.
Yes, yes is the answer.
I meant, where there's no time, like in the reality where I
like
live.
in a parallel universe.
I have.
You probably did.
I already have,
Sure.
of course. And so she said, well, there is a situation because they used, I cannot say the word here, let's say cork.
Okay.
Which is a,
Right.
the Italian way of saying that word that we cannot say here, and we'll call it cork.
Oh, like frack or frack.
Or frack.
Okay.
Let's say frack.
Okay.
One too many times in Italian to maintain the rating that they need to go worldwide.
Gotcha.
So they need to voice that scene,
Recork the scene.
and match the lip sync,
Right.
without all the frat
fracking.
and the corking. And so they said, would you want to do this? And I said, absolutely. So I wrote out the scene. I laid a rehearsal track for Tom, and then the following day we were in the studio, and it was wonderful. There was him, J.J. Abrams, who is absolutely phenomenal to work with, and all the suits of the movie and the producers, and
Wow, they all show up
I
for
would be
it.
terrified. In
they
this
were
situation.
terrified. They were terrified.
Oh, they were terrified.
They were?
Because if they didn't do this, they couldn't open with the movie.
Okay. Can we get an R?
And I walk into the studio, and Tom says, "Oh, come on, guys! Do we really have to do this?"
Oh.
That's a nice.
You're like, it's great to be here. Thanks. All right, let's go to line 5. Lindsay, you there?
Yes.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. What can we do for you?
Fabulous. I just want to tell Annie Wood she's on, right?
Yes. Hello.
Hello. I just want to tell you that I am one of your biggest fans.
Oh, thank you.
Yay!
Yes,
Yeah.
Thank you. Are you my Facebook friend?
yes, I am one of your Facebook friends, and it's very funny because Skylar and I've never met you before, but I am friends with you.
Oh, I mean,
okay.
so you're one of our 90
Yeah, you should, are you
Facebook
friends
friends.
with
I'm one
Skylar as
of the
well?
90 Facebook friends.
Wow, we actually got one of our
That's
mutual
one of our
friends.
mutual friends. That's
All right.
awesome. Well, you're invited to the big party that we're going to have in this
Yeah.
pool.
Yeah, apparently we're throwing a pool party at my place
Yeah.
with all of 90 of our mutual
August
friends.
15th. August
Okay,
15th.
that's awesome. So we can all officially meet all the
Yeah.
90 Facebook friends.
It's a
Sounds
good idea.
good.
As long, I mean, you don't sound like you're like a weirdo or a creep. So
I'm
so then you're invited.
That was a pretty quick judgment there.
No, but why can't you hear it in her voice if she is?
Oh, yeah.
She is.
I think you're right.
I think she's okay.
It's good, I think.